crippled soldiers in my retinue who agree to marry into your house. They can't fight, but together they can manage the field work. Speak to Lady Renata of Spellburg. She is also plagued by bandits, no doubt the same group. Her estate lies only 2 days' march east of here. You must pool your resources. If you have lost this much of your population, then for the time being you must consolidate in one place. Offer protection there for the common folk who rely on you. Combine your milites. If you do not cooperate, you will certainly drown. The sun will return. Be patient. Act prudently until the crisis has passed. Do not abandon those who will turn on you if they have no other way to save themselves. These pronouncements his audience absorbed with an almost pitiable gratitude. But in only one case could he act immediately. A guide led them to the wolves' lair. Liath called fire down within the warren of caves where the wolf pack laired, and the soldiers killed over a dozen as the beasts tried to escape flames and smoke. The wolves were dangerous predators, but they were beautiful too, in the way of dangerous things, and she hated to see them slaughtered like sheep. Yet afterward they found the much-gnawed bones of several children in the outer cave. The wolves had grown too bold. Such a pack could not be allowed to keep hunting. A small act in a desperate time, Sanglant said the next day when they were riding again. His voice was hoarse with apprehension and the helpless anger of seeing so much trouble that could tear the realm asunder. But then he always sounded like that. I am ashamed to have them fall at my feet with such praises. If the weather does not improve, half of them will be dead by next spring. Eventually I must go to St. Valeria, she said. What sorcery raised may possibly be dispelled by sorcery. Stay with me a while longer, into the marchlands at least. I will, but eventually I must go. He nodded, although his expression was grave. Leaving me with the dogs biting and growling at my heels as I settle once and for all who is regnant in Wendar and Var. Eventually you must go, but not yet. Part 1. Death and Life. 1. Travelers. 1. All morning, Alan and the hounds walked east and southeast as they had done for many days. Lover's Holding lay far behind them. Their path this day cut along an upland forest, mostly beech, although what seedlings had thrust up through the field layer were fir. The view through the woods was open, but because of the clouds the vista had a pearly sheen to it, as though he was staring into a lost world just out of reach. Into the past or into the future. Yet the present had an inevitable way of intruding into the finest spun thoughts. Sorrow barked to alert him. A massive beech had fallen over the path in such a way that although Alan might climb with difficulty over its barrel of a trunk, he could not hoist the hounds up and across. Nor was there room for them to squeeze through the hands-width gap below. He beat out a track along the length of the trunk upslope, only to find that a score of other huge trees, more beech together with silver fir, had fallen parallel, so close that he was fenced in. Returning to the path and the waiting hounds, he ventured the other way, skirting the thicket of branches at the crown, and discovered that here too more fallen trees barred his path. All had fallen in a northwesterly direction, snapped by a gale out of the southeast, the same tempest no doubt that had swept Osna last autumn. That tempest had changed the world and created a vast trail of debris. He pushed through the branches at the crown of the tree, a difficult path to break, but one on which, at any rate, the hounds could follow. Dry leaves crackled under his feet and dragged at his hair and skin. Twigs poked him twice in the eye and prodded his limbs and torso. Sorrow whined, ears flat and head down, and Rage picked her way with surprising delicacy for such a huge creature.